Alright guys, we're back with a banger of a video, and today some of the more eagle-eyed regulars may have noticed there's something a little different about today's video. And you would be correct, I am in fact wearing my travel hat. That means I am traveling, and I am back in South Africa to visit some family. So I figured today I would show you some of the nice treats you can get at, I guess it's South Africa's version of Greg's, right? The place is called King Pie. I figured I'd show you some of the stuff that they sell. So let me, this right here is the place where I need to be going. Let me figure out how to get in the place, and once I've got the food, I'll get back to you when we're ready for some eating. Right folks, we've got the goods. It's definitely a scorcher in Durban's day. It is a hot one. This is the, I guess the logo, right? King Pie. It's nice and colourful. It always has been. So what we have here is a cheese griller, a footlong Russian, a pepper steak double filler, and a cheeseburger pie. One thing I miss a lot from South Africa is the pepper steak pies. They're hard to come by in the UK. Almost every place you go to in South Africa will sell you a pepper steak pie, and they are top class. Right, let's make some space up here and have a look at these things. I do have all the pricing on my phone. I should have got that ready, to be fair. Let me get that quickly for you guys. So the pricing is fair. I've done the conversion to pounds, right? So the cheese griller, £1.61 at current exchange rates. Now, these things I have, is this actually the cheese griller, or is this the, I think this one is actually the cheese griller. Let's drop this one in here. I'm going to have puff pastry everywhere by the end of this. So the cheese griller, this is something I miss quite a bit. Is this in fact a cheese griller? I'm not sure which one is which. So a cheese griller is basically, the sausage in there is a cheese griller. It's kind of like a frankfurter, but jam-packed full of cheese. And then wrapped in puff pastry. So let's, I hope this is the right thing. Let's get into it. No meat in that first bite. And just by looking at it, I think this is the Russian. When you get into the sausage of that, that is definitely a top class cheese griller. I don't know if it shows on camera, but you can see the cheese oozing out of it. Oh my word. It has been a long time. It's probably been 5 or 6 years since I had a cheese griller. I've missed it. This is going to be for sure a messy one. These things are very, the puff pastry on all of the stuff is going to be extremely flaky, and I quite enjoy that. But I've missed the good old cheese griller. This thing is divine. So the sausage inside there, the actual cheese griller itself, has got a very, it's quite a salty sausage, and it's very, very cheesy. Oh, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Things don't get much better than that. You get rid of the bags, try to clean them a bit. One thing's about the pies in South Africa, they are a lot more messy than the pies in the UK. Another thing I've missed immensely is this pepper steak flavor. So it's just steak in a pepper sauce, wrapped up much like a steak bake. This is a double filler. So the double filler, they have a regular one and they have a double filler, which is apparently double the filling or extra filling. The pepper steak double filler comes in at £1.59, which is not bad. It's looking quite thick and meaty, but let's get into it. This car is going to be a mess after this video. Didn't get too much of the filling on that first 2 bites. It has a nice peppery taste to it though. Very nice. It's kind of like a steak and pepper sauce, except shoved in a pie. I'd forgotten how flaky this stuff is. I'm going to be picking bits of this out of my beard for weeks. But it is enjoyable and it is so delicious. Again, I'm getting a nice saltiness out of this pepper steak double filler. Try to open this up so you can see some of that filling. There's a bit of a look of the steaky goodness inside there. It's not quite as chunky as what I remember the steak being. It seems they've got smaller bits of steak in these days. But still top class flavor. My word, there's flakes everywhere with this one. Still top class flavor on that, without a doubt. That definitely hits well. Let's head over to the burger pie next. Cheeseburger pie. This thing is piping hot. So again, these are quite common. There's a few different varieties. You can get a chicken pie, a chicken burger pie, a burger pie, a cheeseburger pie. There's a Prego beef pie as well, which is basically, in this case, it's a patty, a burger patty, some cheese, all wrapped in this extremely flaky puff pastry. And it goes down a treat. Let's get into this one. Is going to flake all over the place. Nothing but pastry on the first bite. Some cheese on the second bite. It's supposed to be a burger patty in there. The size of the burger patty on the inside has definitely shrunk since I last had one of these. But getting all these mouthfuls of basically just pastry. The pastry is gorgeous. It is a very nice puff pastry that they have. But still, I'm 3 bites in and I haven't had meat yet. I can see some meat popping in there, some burger. Let's see if we can get some in this mouthful. Oh, it is a nice little burger patty in there. Nothing spectacular. Overall, it's nice and cheesy. And when you get the burger flavor in there, the beef burger goes well with it. Just, it seems the size of the the burger patties has shrunk over the years. But there is a huge amount of cheese in there. Open that up. I don't know how well you can see it in there. That cheese is flowing, and it is lava hot. Solid, but not as full. There's not the patties in there aren't what they used to be. Oh my word. I'd hate to know. Let me turn this mirror around. Okay, the beard's actually not looking completely terrible. The rest of me though, flakes everywhere. I did say it was going to be a messy one. And it is flavorful. It is delicious. These cheese grillers I've missed a lot. These pepper steak pies I do miss as well. The cheeseburgers are something I dabbled in occasionally. You do get similar in the UK, but you don't see them too often. What I'm showing you here is that you can get at almost any place that sells pies. And then for today, last but not least, we have the Footlong Russian. Now this I'm actually looking forward to because so a Russian sausage, that's what's on the inside here. A Russian sausage, they're not common in the UK. I can't say I've seen them in, I see them in South African stores. I can't say I've seen them anywhere else. Russian sausage is, I think it's a smoked sausage, and it's a blend of beef and pork to make the sausage. They are delicious. Now I haven't had a, I've never had a Russian sausage wrapped in puff pastry before. A common meal here in South Africa that you can get at takeaways is a Russian and chips. Think of it kind of like back in the UK, good old Savoy chips. Except it's obviously the Russian sausage. And then the chips that you would get are typically slop chips. Slop chips are deep fat fried as you would normal chips, except at a bit of a lower temperature. That way they don't crisp up as much as regular chips, and you get these nice sloppy chips. Put excessive amounts of salt and vinegar on that, and it is spot on. But that said, I haven't had a Russian in over a decade, so I'm quite looking forward to this. I've also never had one wrapped in puff pastry. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's see how far we get through the pastry before we get to the Russian with this one. First bite. Oh, getting the sausage first bite, and that is that has been a while. It is a delicious sausage. I gotta go in again. I don't know how to describe that. Just that beef and pork blend. It just works so nicely. And they have quite a it's quite a dense sausage, but it has a very light bite to it when you bite into it. It is just again similar to a frankfurter, but beef and pork blend, and well, I don't even know if they're made in the same process or not. Oh, but it's just The sausage itself has so much flavor, and then it's just wrapped in this gorgeous pastry, which, oh, just excessively messy, right? So the price of the foot-long Russian roll comes to £1.91. I think, let me just go through the prices again, because I think I may have forgotten to give you the cheeseburger one. So the foot-long Russian, £1.91. Cheeseburger pie, £1.70. £1.70. The pepper steak double filler, £1.59. Cheese griller, £1.61. So pricing wise, it's, if you think about it, it's comparative to Greg's. A lot of their savory treats are they still within that range, or have they gone up? I might be out of date on the prices, but it is comparative. I'll show you some other stuff in South Africa that works out a little cheaper. But this Russian roll is spectacular. All of this stuff is spectacular. For me, it's a good trip down memory lane. And I need, after eating all of this, I'll have enough pastry flakes here to make another pie. That is one thing. The pies here in South Africa, the pastry is exceptionally flaky. I enjoy it. Obviously, it's not the best with the beard. So of these, I miss this stuff so much. The burger pies, I do like them, but they're not something that I long for. If that makes sense. They're good, but they're not my go-to. These other two here, the cheese griller and the pepper steak, I miss these so much. I wish they had these in the UK. They are exceptionally good. Russian sausages I do miss. It's the first time I've had one as a served in a, or wrapped in puff pastry, and it is magnificent. But I think of all of this, first of all, the Russian roll and the cheese griller have a similar flavor. The cheese griller obviously has the cheese added to it, and it's also a lot saltier, and I'm quite enjoying that saltiness. The Russian sausage in here is very nice. I must say, it is a nice Russian sausage. It really is a good example of a Russian sausage in here. Top class stuff. So for me, it's pointless me rating this stuff. It's all certified bangers, right? I'm loving this. I'm having a trip down memory lane. So it's not. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to this stuff for me. So it's not really a fair review. Obviously, it's going to be a good score. But of these, I think the thing that I'm enjoying the most at the moment, we can put them in order actually. I'm enjoying this cheese griller the most, followed by the Russian roll, then the pepper steak. The pepper steak in here is gorgeous. Then the cheeseburger. There is another brand in South Africa called Pieman's. They mass produce pies much like Pucker. It's kind of like Pucker in the UK. They make a beautiful pepper steak pie. But this is still spot on. It's hitting the spot well. Right, but I'm kind of just over talking it now. This is what we've had here as a sample of South African Greg's, I guess. King pie. It is super flaky, super messy. I'm gonna have to clean this car before it goes back to the rental company. Holy crap, there's a lot of flakes around here. Move this stuff around and show you what's in the center. Look at all the flakes. Right, with that said, I'm loving this stuff. It's all excellent. I think the price point is fair when you compare it back to UK prices. Very good pricing for what you're getting and for how good it is. Extremely flaky, extremely flavorful, and I'm having a fun time. Right, with that said, as usual, I'm just over talking it, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.